Hello.
Hi there.
I'm Abby with Rust Media. How are ya?
Nice to meet you. I'm doing
Good.
quite well.
I just want to go ahead and give you a copy of my business
Oh,
card.
sure. Thank you. Keep mine out for you. There you go.
Thank you. So I've met your wife Patrice before. How's she
Yeah,
doing?
okay. Yeah, she's doing pretty well. Keeping pretty busy with the kids and their sporting events and all
Right.
that, and with her teaching as well. Keeping her pretty busy.
Oh yes, she's very good at staying busy, to say the least.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Ophelia and the business history. You guys have been open for about 3 years?
Yeah, that's right. We opened our first location 3 years ago, and then this location here we opened about a year ago, and we're looking to make some minor changes to this one here. Actually.
Sure, yeah. Well, I'm here basically just to get a little insight on your current status with social media and your presence online.
Okay.
Do you mind if I take some notes?
That sounds fine. Go right ahead.
Perfect. All right, so what would you say your main source of social media is that you use currently?
Well, I'd say that we probably use Facebook the most, but
Okay.
we also utilize Instagram, Twitter, and we also have our own website.
Okay, so out of Twitter, Instagram, and your website, where do you see the most frequency or interaction with your customers?
Probably on Facebook because that's where we end up posting the most to, whereas our employees will actually be posting on more of our creative apps like your Instagrams and whatnot during our store hours.
Excuse me. So when you're posting on these sites, are you being consistent with it? Are you posting the same picture at the same time on both Instagram and Facebook per se?
Well, not always, since my wife is a very tech savvy, if you will. I do a lot of the posting on Facebook at night, and then the girls at work will start posting some of the stuff to
Sure.
Instagram and make it a little more consistent for us.
Yeah, so your wife, what's the difference between your guys' roles in the business as far as decision making?
Well, I was involved with the more corporate side of business before we opened these couple of locations for
Okay.
Ophelia, but my wife does most of the scheduling, and then she does all the shopping for the boutique as well.
Right, of course. So do you believe it would be beneficial for her to partake in a meeting at all?
Well, I tend to stick to more of the business side of decisions,
Okay.
and since she's not very tech savvy at all,
Okay.
so it wouldn't help much for her to be here.
Okay, well, moving forward, how much time would you say you spend creating your social media posts and your presence already as far as editing, generating captions, and posting on multiple forms?
Actually, our biggest problem lately is making the transition from taking pictures of the clothes to taking pictures of models or wearing the clothes.
Sure.
We want to have a more professional appearance online, and we want to try to stay away from the collages and whatnot. So I'd say we probably spend about 4 hours a day just editing and posting online.
Okay, so I definitely agree that a transition needs to take place, and it's seen as though you're already starting to make this rebranding transition happen. What kind of tools are you using as of now to regenerate this appearance, and are you having customers buy from your social media sites?
Well, we're using a couple of apps, and we're taking our own pictures of the employees wearing our clothes.
Uh-huh.
And we get some comments and some DMs from customers asking them to keep a hold of an item for us, or for them rather, and or to ship an item out to them.
Okay. Well, let me tell you a little bit about Rust and what we do.
Okay.
Basically, we personalize social media kits for a business and target their areas of need. So we come up with the tools, specific tools that we can provide for your company, and we'll really, in this case, make it look more professional and stuff like that. Seeing as though you're looking for a little more organization and consistency, I want to show you this tool we have called a Jot form.
Okay.
And basically, if I pull up an example of Instagram, you go to your bio right here and you click on the link, and as you can see,
Alright.
one page of an order form shows up. So if you're a customer shopping and want to order something that was posted on Instagram, you can just go to the bio, click on the link, and the order form pops right up and is sent over to you so that you're able to do this. So do you
Okay.
think that this would help out with the organization aspect?
Well, yeah, based on that, it sounds pretty great and really resourceful for us to use.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like you mentioned before, the apps and stuff that you use, on average, how much would you say you spend on these applications that you started with already?
Well, we've bought about 3 new apps in the past 2 weeks, and I think we spent about 5 per, so yeah, 15 in total, and just we're
Okay.
buying the apps at least, yeah.
So with working with an actual rebranding company and everything, what kind of budget are you willing to
Well,
look at for this project?
Right. Since this is our first time working with an actual branding company, I kind of like to keep it under $500, no more than that.
Okay. We definitely have some more basic social media kits that are around the $500 budget for sure.
Okay.
One thing too that is that we offer is educating you more about like automatic posts and stuff. Are you familiar with that at all in your social media forms?
Yeah, I know that Facebook does the scheduled posts, but since we have multiple people posting to our social media at a time, we never really tend to use those because we get, we worry about double posting or
Sure.
things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So have you guys ever considered hiring one person to just do all the social media and like work with the automatic posts, like coming up with posts for a week's worth, 2 weeks worth, even a month's worth, to help a little bit with the consistency at all?
Well, we really haven't thought of one person just doing it on their own, since it's something for our employees to do, all of our employees to do during the downtime on a workday.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if there was a tool that we could offer that made it work for you to post on all forms of your social media automatically at one time, meaning the picture you post on Facebook is also going to appear on your Twitter, on your Instagram.
Sure.
Do you think that this would help eliminate some of the time that those 4 hours you're spending at night and you guys can focus more on the shopping and inventory organizing?
Yeah, well, I think that it would really help a lot with our inventory organizing. It'd probably allow a lot more time for our employees to focus on our customers and
Yeah.
the displays in the store rather than worrying about posting online, yeah.
Absolutely. So earlier we discussed some of the apps that you use. Have you ever considered researching or purchasing something like a media kit in the past?
I haven't really considered it too much because we figured we can just get by with doing it ourselves for a little bit cheaper.
Sure. So we offer tools, basically a little more with our basic social media kit that will help make a picture, for example, look more professional, almost like it came from, if you had a picture of a model, it would look like it came from a professional camera,
Wow.
and it's probably just coming off your iPhone. Also, we have caption generators, so you can put in like keywords that you would want people for it to pop up when they're searching and stuff like that, and it kind of makes it
Wow.
unique, so it sets you apart from your competitors and everything like that, and helps really focus in on your brand. Do you think that this would be something beneficial to your social media?
Yeah, I think all those tools really could help us out because, sometimes we do get a little bit repetitive.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, also a great thing with our social media kits is a representative like myself will come and basically show you, plug in your social media sites to our tools and show you hands-on how this will work.
Okay. Well, that sounds great because, I'm not sure how I'd be able to do this on my own, but there's one thing that I'm concerned about. How much time is all this going to be taking from me?
Well, the process overall is a month long, which really isn't a lot when you're learning new social media and new tools to use.
Sure.
So basically I would come and we would do a training meeting for 2 weeks straight, and that's just me showing you the tools that we researched and provided for you to help hit your areas of need. And then the next 2 weeks would be basically an on-call resource person, so you can call me with any questions that you have, if you forgot anything, and stuff like that. Does that kind of answer your time management question?
Yeah, I think it does, since I'm fairly familiar with technology as it is.
Sure, yeah.
Probably learn that in a amount of time.
Sure.
And teach my wife on her own time.
Right, so everything you know about the social media kit so far, do you think it sounds like a potential help to your social media?
Well, I'm not entirely sure because,
Okay.
just thinking about that jot form you talked about earlier, and I think I want to think that whole thing over.
Sure. Well, we discussed earlier in the beginning that some of your main goals are consistency, organization, and professionalism. And with the jot form, it's hitting all 3 of those aspects
Sure.
that you wanted to reach. Basically, it makes it more accessible for your customer to get on there and order from any form of your social media. You can put that link posted anywhere on there and stuff like that. So it really, do you understand how organized it can become at all?
Yeah, I do see where you're coming from, but I gotta be honest, I'm not sure how comfortable I am with the price of this whole thing.
Okay, can you expand a little bit on that, please?
Well, our sales vary, depending on
Excuse me.
how the weather is, what day it is, or,
Mhm.
what other activities
Sure.
are going on in the area since we're downtown. Really, I'm just not sure that I have the money to move forward, especially with our fluctuating sales, depending on all those things.
Sure. Well, like we said earlier, all the organization and the professional appearance that you want to work on are your main goals right now, correct?
Right, right.
Okay, so although our social media kit is pricier than the apps that you've been using right now, that definitely offers more advantages, benefits, and will provide full satisfaction. You're going to see the results and get hands-on learning, and you'll be able to contact us with any questions, anything like that. So you're
Wow.
kind of getting what you're paying for. Does this help with your budget concern at all?
Well, yeah, with everything in that case, I believe so.
Good, good. Sounds like a good match. Do you believe it'll help you reach your goals overall, and would you be interested in working with us?
Well, yeah, really, I believe it's going to be a pretty awesome asset to our business, helping us move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. So looking forward in the calendar, what would be a good day to start the first training meeting for you?
Why don't we get together next Tuesday around 11?
Sure, absolutely. All right, well, that is all I have for you today. Do you have any more questions for me?
That's all for me then.
All right, well, thank you for meeting with me today, and I look forward to working with you.
Thank you for taking the time and helping us out.
Yeah.
Looking forward to our next meeting.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
You too.